Greetings everyone. Most of you know me from my horse racing videos, making picks for Triple Crown horse races. Today I'm going to do a video though on the midterm elections and why I think that the Republicans are going to achieve a supermajority in the Senate. Now, for those of you that don't know, a supermajority is when one party has 60 votes in the Senate, thus the ability to eliminate the filibuster, which allows them to pass laws much more rapidly. It was designed that way to stop too much rapid change of laws, so that people would have to show a very strong willingness to get these laws changed by enacting or electing rather up to 60 senators or 59 senators plus a vice president for a sitting president. So we're in that position today. Some people think I'm crazy for saying this, but here's the reason why I think the Republicans will achieve that supermajority, and they may even get up to 70 senators. That's right, 70 senators. So here's why. First of all, the Democrats don't typically do well in midterm elections. Last time they did well was in 2006. For those of you that remember, the Republican Party was not doing very well at the time. They were war weary within the Iraq War, Afghanistan War. Economy wasn't doing too well. Bush's popularity was starting to head downward, and the Democrats did very well. They picked up 5 seats in the Senate in that midterm election. Now, since then, in midterm elections, the Democrats haven't done well. 2010 midterms, Republicans picked up 6 seats. 2014 midterms, Republicans picked up 9 seats. And even prior to that 2006 midterm, 2002, the Republicans picked up 2 seats. So Democrats don't have a history of doing too well in these midterms. They tend to promote one person, their figurehead in presidential elections, and so that gets people who vote D all the way down the ticket to drag along these other Senate seats because they're voting for the president. However, in the midterms, the Republicans have historically done a much better job of getting out the vote without having one figurehead to vote for. Second of all, the Democrats are doubling down on this bad strategy that cost them a presidential election. The identity politics, it just didn't work. Dividing people instead of bringing them together, it's just not a good way to win. The bad guy politics, you know, he's a racist, he's a misogynist, we're going to pick apart everything he says or does and then try to tell you what it means and why he's such a horrible person. It didn't work before. I don't think it's going to work in a midterm election, like I said, where there's no figurehead to make people go out and vote. Fear-mongering. Fear-mongering doesn't work very well either. Trying to tell people that you need to vote because if you don't, then something's going to go wrong. There's going to be a nuclear war and everyone's going to die, or we're going to have global warming and everyone's going to die, and you know, it's just not a very inspiring thing. People don't want to vote for death and destruction. So it's not really something that benefits their party when it comes to these midterm elections, because there's no figurehead out there dragging this along. Now, next we'll be looking for impeachment, you know, in Russia. Honestly, I don't think that enough people care about that to go out and vote in a midterm election. I think they're more concerned about what's coming on TV or what movies are coming up soon or what they just saw on Facebook to care about the Russia and impeachment and political drama. And a lot of their source of communication for the Democrats is this spin doctor news. And I just think it's just not very interesting to most people in the kind of numbers they're going to get to need to go out there and stop this Republican supermajority, which I see on the way. Now, when you look at the states that are up, I think the worst case scenario, the Republicans pick up 5 seats, that would give them 56, which of course is not enough for a supermajority. However, I say that's worst case scenario. I think the Democrats would have to outperform their midterm numbers in history to get it to where the Republicans are only at 56. Now, here's how I get to the 70. All right, when you look at Democrats incumbents in states that voted for Trump, we have 10 of those. And when you look at the vice versa, Republican incumbent with the state that voted for Clinton, there's 1, Nevada, which the Republicans are likely to keep. Clinton barely won that state, and there's no there's no figurehead on this ticket to get the Democrat vote out in Nevada. Now, when you look at the other side of that coin, you have Florida, Indiana, Michigan, Missouri, Montana, North Dakota, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, West Virginia. All these states have voted for Trump and have Democrat incumbent senators. Those seats are all vulnerable and likely to go Republican. Now, on top of that, we're looking at Maine has a Republican governor running. We have Minnesota. That state was only won by less than 1%, I believe, within 2%. There's 2 Minnesota seats up now, so it's liable that both of those could be flipped. We have New Jersey. I think it's a long shot, but yes, I'm putting it out there. I think New Jersey's fair game. I think a Jersey seat can be flipped in a midterm. Then we have Massachusetts. We have Connecticut. We have New Mexico. We have Maryland. And we have Vermont. Now that would bring the total up to 19 gain and 70 Republican senators. As I said, some of these are long shots, but there's governors on the seats in some of these. Some of these were flipped previously in 2012 with Barack Obama on the ticket, the figurehead to drag along the ticket. There is no figurehead this time. So I sit here realistically saying, if the Republicans only pick up the states that voted for Trump, and they pick up those Democrat seats, that's enough for the supermajority right now, right there. They've only need to get 8. They get up to 59 plus Vice President brings 60. So they only need to get 9. There's 10 of those right there. And if you add on these other ones, I think it's quite likely that the Republicans have a supermajority, and a strong enough supermajority for it to last for several years. So, that being said, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments. Once again, I will show you how I get to 70. We have number 1, Florida, 2, Indiana, 3, Michigan, 4, Missouri, 5, Montana, 6, North Dakota, 7, Ohio, 8, Pennsylvania, 9, Wisconsin, 10, West Virginia, 11, Maine, 12, we have Minnesota, 13, the other seat in Minnesota, 14th, New Jersey, 15th, Massachusetts, 16th, Connecticut, 17, New Mexico, 18, Maryland, that's right, Maryland, Republican governor on the ticket, and 19, Vermont. So, Republican governor on that ticket as well. So, that being said, thank you for watching once again. Please drop a comment if you have any comments or any questions in there. And everyone have a good night. Thank you.